we ended up making between 30 and 40% on this massive Q trade, this day trade that we called out live in the community, walked through the whole thing. And in this video, I wanted to go through what went right and how we were able to capitalize on this. So first and foremost, as I always say, we need to have a strategy going into the day. And that is all what I post in here in the daily, in the day trade setups. Every single day I post at least 2 or 3. Most of the time it's QQQ, day, Nvidia, and Tesla, just because they have a lot of liquidity, they have a lot of volume, and they have great options flow. So first and foremost, what do? We saw that QQQ, it's our bread and butter pretty much. We go in here and we outline some bullish plays and we outline some bearish plays. Having a plan going into the day will make you the best day trader in the world. Okay, got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're gonna fail. Just being honest. So we come in here and we basically have some things outlined, right? In the beginning of the day, we first were expecting a big drop here, which we actually did get that drop on this triangle, right? We were expecting a breakdown and we were expecting a bounce down here off of the Tuesday high and move back up and then a continuation down, right? So maybe like a breakdown, retest, and then lower. So we actually ended up taking this trade right off the open, and we actually ended up losing on it because it went against us very quickly and it broke our strategy. We did everything right, but just because we did everything right doesn't mean the trade's going to work out. You're never going to win every single trade. That's just the name of the game. You just have to accept that. Sometimes you could play everything and do everything right based on the strategy and you'll still lose, and that's okay. It's just about risk management at that point, dusting yourself off, getting up, and winning the next one. So we lost this one right away, but we didn't give up on this because we still knew that basically there will be a trade that presents itself eventually in the day. Guess what? Today from the open, from today, the open, we just had this chop back and forth between Tuesday high and pre-market high. And we just had this massive chop in here all day. And I told the community, be patient, something will come our way. And, I don't think the market's going to stay in this chop all day. If it did, then it would have just been an inside day, and then we wouldn't have traded the Q. We were off trading Tesla, like I made in the last video, and we made good money on that. So what ended up happening around lunchtime, so around 12:30 today, community alerted and started seeing that we had some bullishness on the Q. And this was the time right about I was getting out of my Tesla trade. And so we were looking at this. If I scroll back up here, this was the loss. And then if I go right, let's see here, 1254, looking for a pullback on the 15-minute scale in around the high 5 15-minute indicator, and with the Williams percentage range, pulling off the red barrier to form the bullish Williams consolidation box. Options play would be $453 call for April 14th. And essentially the 3 reasons I entered this trade were: 1, we had a break over the pre-market high. 2, we were in this consistent downtrend on the Williams percentage range since Wednesday. Guess what? We broke out of that, which is very, very bullish. Typically, we'll go from red to green or negative 80, and then green to negative 80 up to negative 20 to red. It's like a pendulum. It swings both ways consistently. Sometimes it's not always going to do that, right? And you have these downtrends, and when you get a breakout of that downtrend and everything's breaking out and it's no longer in this downtrend, then that is very bullish and we are going to swing in the other way. So that is number 2. That is the second reason. So 1, we broke out of the pre-market high. 2, we broke out of this bearish downtrend on the Williams percentage range. And 3, volume really started to come in. Down here. Not just that, but mainly 3 was the fact that we had a bullish cross on the 1 hour high 5 indicator. High 5 indicator is this red and green line. The smoothing line is part of that as well. And essentially when you get a breakthrough, green through red is bullish, red through yellow. Green through yellow is bullish to the upside, red through yellow is bearish to the downside. When you get this coupled with a pre-market high breakout, or Tuesday high or prior day low or prior day high breakout, any kind of breakouts of these levels, that we plan for going into the day. You know, you have a bullish Williams consolidation box, you have a break of this bearish 1 hour bearish downtrend. You know, we need to look out and get ready to get into a trade. And that's exactly what we did. So we zoom in a little bit here and get a little bit more in the nitty gritty. So again, we had a bullish cross of the 1 hour high five indicator, and we were breaking out of the bearish downtrend Williams percentage range. So then we could really take out the 1 hour, honestly, and we could really just focus in here on the 15 minute to really pick an entry, get in this thing and ride it higher. So I am not in this trade anymore. And honestly, I still could be, because we're still in the Williams consolidation box, and the Williams consolidation box is you make a high, you make a low, you make a high at the red barrier, you make a low, and you have your box formed, you draw a box. And as long as you stay within this Williams consolidation box, it's my personal strategy, you don't know about it because it's my personal strategy, then you will continue to go higher. Yes, you'll have snapbacks, yes, you'll have higher lows, higher highs, but you'll continue to climb higher as long as we stay within this box, right? So I should still be in this thing. I'm not, because I kind of foreshadowed a possible move down to the 1 hour, which is exactly what we actually got. And I just didn't want to, honestly, I got tired looking at the screen. I've been doing this all day, and we locked in like 30 to 40% in profits, and we just called it a day. And we had a stop loss of like, we had a 20% stop loss of our gains. So it pulled back to 20%, where 20% gains. And we said, okay, we don't want to lose the 20% gains that we worked so hard to get. So, okay, the trade. So we have everything laid out. We have our pre-market plan. We have the reason why we are bullish on this name now. We broke out. And essentially what we did here was we broke out, we retested, we entered, we started scaling in here during these candles, really this last candle or two. We came back to the high five indicator, and we really started entering into this thing. As you can see, let's see, just bought 1/3 position of 453 contracts, and then bought another 2/3 during that time. And, you know, I laid out the targets for trimming, 10% gain, 460, 456.38, 459.53, and then the gap fill all the way up here at 465.49. Well, clearly none of that happened, but it doesn't mean we couldn't still make money, right? We just had to realize that this wasn't moving as fast as we thought it would, how it has been other days. It's been a slower day, not as volatile. And so we realized that, and we made sure we took our profits when we had them. So very strong resistance here. Obviously, we broke out, we retested that pre-market high, and then we started to move higher. Wasn't that simple though. You know, we were entering, like I said, down here. I started entering here, and then a little bit more here, and then my last third here. And then we really pushed down in here. And I said, you know what, guys, I'm really confident about this, because we broke out of this bearish on the 1 hour. We had a bullish cross. We're retesting the pre-market high where we already bounced off of, and we're in our Williams bullish Williams consolidation box. So I sat there and I said, after I built my full position, I actually ended up, where is it at? I doubled my position here at the high five 15 minute. So right here, I realized that, you know, I was down about 10 to 15% at this time. And I said, you know what, I'm pretty confident in this. And if it doesn't work out, it'll show it to us. It'll close underneath this high five indicator, and we can then close, you know, basically close out and take a loss for the day, whatever. But I was confident in this because of the 1 hour, what it was telling me, and also because we were right here at the bottom of the Williams consolidation box that we've already formed and we were holding. And I sat there and I made a decision to double my position, bring down my cost basis down to here, and it worked out really, really well. So we shot up higher. We took profits at 10%. Let's see, where's it at? 11% up, trimming 1/3 position, got up to 22%. Trim coming in hot. We actually didn't hit up here. We came just short. But as you see, I basically said, you know what? I'm going to cut down to 1/4 trimming. So I trimmed 1/4 right around here for 5 of 20 contracts. So I had 15 contracts left. And then once basically we got to 36%, 40%, raised stop loss to 20 to 25%. And then I just trimmed another 5 of 15 cons, bringing me down to 10 contracts total right here. At 35% win, Like I said, I realized all this wick action was happening. I realized that, things weren't moving as fast as they could. So I'm just going to keep trimming because, getting to 459 today was clearly a dream. And it's not going to happen. So we didn't get there. And then we ended up exiting fully, stopped out at 20% gain stop loss whenever we had this big pullback down here. But again, should have never exited. As you can see, based on the strategy, Williams consolidation box still good. Held high 5 indicator, held high 5 indicator, held high 5 indicator, never closed underneath, and we're continuing to make higher lows and higher highs. Well, right now, we're kind of just building this little ascending triangle pattern, but as we talk, lots of volume coming in. But also, guys, it's 355. So when we get later in the day as well, you're not going to be able to close out of your options. I think like from 3:45 p.m. till 4. So, again, we closed out because we hit our 20% stop loss and called it a day. Took our 30%, 35%, almost 37, 80, 38%. And then we got stopped out at 20%. So massive, massive gains. And ended up having a 25K positive week on day trading. So great trades, great week. Just wanted to come on here and talk to you all about why I did the trades I did and my strategy, and try to help you guys out. Try to help you all out, understand day trading a little bit more, teach you. And if you're interested in getting all of my setups every morning, getting my buy alerts, sell alerts, shorts, all of it, as long as swing and long-term trading, which we're not doing too much of that right now, just because where the markets are at right now. Like I said, it's a day trading market with this volatility. When the VIX drops back below, 20, then we could talk about swing trading and long-term trading. And once we get this tariff stuff behind us, then we could talk about swing trading and long-term trading, and we'll get back to killing it on that as well. But right now, that's not the market we're in. If you're still trying to do that, you're just going to get chopped up left and right. If you like this content, guys, leave a like. I need you to leave a like and share this if you like this type of content, so we can get it out to more people, so I can try to help more people in this crazy market, so they understand to stop swing trading, long-term trading right now, because it's just not going to work. They're going to keep losing money. You either sit on the sidelines or you day trade right now. Those are your two options. Also, you invest for the long term. Buy these dips in great companies. Just DCA. We have that too. We have high 5 investing in here. We're running a 30K portfolio. We got a watch list. We got snapshots, which is all my Excel spreadsheets, running down the valuations of a company based on margin of safety, discounted cash flow, PE, forward PE, free cash flow yield, the whole nine. I built all this stuff, all of it. I'm here to help you become a better investor and trader. So if you are interested, links in my bio for the community. If you're not, appreciate your support here. Like, follow, share, subscribe, wherever you're watching this. And I hope you guys have a great, great weekend. Catch you in the next one.
Hello.